nothing you ground. I'll never be more loved than I am right now. Going through a storm, but I won't go down. I hear your voice, carried in the rhythm of the wind to call me back. You would cross an ocean, so I wouldn't drown. You've never been closer than you are right now. Oh, Jireh, you are enough. Jireh, you are enough. And I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. Forever enough. Always enough. More than enough. Yeah. I don't wanna forget how I can say it's all about. Stay by my side when the sun goes down. Don't wanna forget how I feel right now. Oh, child, you are enough. Oh, child, you are enough. I will be content in every circumstance. Jireh, you are enough. Forever enough, always enough, more than you are. Forever enough, always enough, more than enough. I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you've spoken. I'm already loved more than I could imagine. And that is enough. Oh, I'm already loved. I'm already chosen. I know who I am. I know what you spoken. I'm already loved more than I can even imagine. That is enough. I believe it. 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 If he dresses the lilies with beauty and splendor, how much more will he clothe you? How much more will he clothe you? If he watches over every sparrow, how much more does he love you? How much more does he love you? If he dresses the lily with beauty and splendor, how much more does he love you? How much more will he love you? If he watches over every sparrow, don't you worry. more than you ask, think or imagine. According to His power, working in us. It's more than enough. It's more than you ask, think or imagine. According to His power, working in us. More than enough. Hello guys, hope you guys are welcome to another session. We normally host this prayer here on YouTube, and then 5th of October, meaning in a few days from now, we'll be having a live prayer session where 500 of you will be joining me on a prayer on Sunday at 10 a.m. in the morning to 11, just an hour session. You're more than welcome to obviously come there. And then there's some very interesting things that I'm going to obviously speak about with regards to the issue of trading. Definitely you're a Forex trader, and these prayers are directed specifically because the type of an industry that we're involved in, realize that there's the way people conduct themselves, the way people, go about doing everything with regards to this strategy, it shows that there's lack of God, and that's why almost 100% of people lose money in this industry. It's because of we don't take it as serious as we should be taking it serious. We must treat it like it's a business, as it is a business. You must not treat trading like it's just an app that is on your phone and you have to just, don't treat it like it's just a gambling app. So that way it is very much not sustainable. So if you're here, let me know which country are you from so that I know who's here joining me today. Let me know which country you're from now. Lenohang, Lesotho, Dota in Netherlands, how's it? Weiseng, Botswana, Mohammed in Sweden, hope you're well. Moses in Namibia, Wade in America, Ali in Iraq, Kosim Pile in South Africa, Ali Iraq as well, Yaiba in Kosovo, Blessing in Zimbabwe, PNL in Kenya, South Africa, Angeline, Nigeria, Yankela in Cape Town, South Africa, Finance Guy in Kenya, this Nassim in Algeria, Mohammed Siddiq in Uzbekistan, Tiso Goodwin in Ghana, Conscious in Mozambique, South Africa, Babur in Uzbekistan, Craig in Florida. Hope you guys are doing well. Muvu in Rwanda. Well, thank you very much, guys, for coming to join me today. Like I've said, these prayers, they are meant to get our mind right. Because if you've been, let me just, stop this music. I can't speak while the music is on. I don't know why. I need to practice doing that. But these prayer sessions are obviously directed towards Forex traders. If you're a Forex trader, I believe this mentality that we always talk about in Forex, this psychology that we always talk about in Forex, that psychology is God's psychology. What do I mean about that? We have a strategy in Forex, we have a risk management in Forex, and we have psychology. This psychology, when I ask myself, what exactly is this psychology that people always talk about? This psychology is
being you believe in. I understand that everyone is like from different parts of the world, and there's different people here who have different cultural backgrounds. But whatever that gives you strength, that you classify as a higher being that directs your life, whatever that. What I try to make you understand that you must have a foundation of some spiritual resilience in you in order to survive in forex. Because if you don't have confidence, you're never going to make it in forex. If you don't have the drive, you're not going to make it in forex. If you are not delusional, you're not going to make it in forex. Obsessed about this industry, you're not going to make it. Why? Because I mean, like almost 99% of people are losing. So you can understand that. I mean, it's a very tough competition. So you must be able to outsmart the system from the core. And if you don't understand yourself, you will never understand. They rush because of obviously their selfish desires to this industry, but they don't understand themselves. They don't understand their own human psychology, their own human behavior before they get into the market, and the market use that. This algorithmic market, it is situated, I mean, it is structured in a way that it takes advantage of your soul. What do I mean about that? It realizes that you don't know where your soul is positioned, and it takes advantage of that. That's why every time after you trade, every time after you lose, there's bad feelings, bad emotional reactions associated with this industry, and it almost becomes like a drag, to a point where even though you know you are losing, you keep on coming back because the excitement that you feel, it's like it is something that has captured your mind in a way that for you to get out of it's some it almost feels like a spell. Trading forex almost feels like a spell, because think about it. You've been trading for, let's say, 5 years. You've been losing, you've been losing. First of all, when you place a trade, you don't even care I mean, what you're doing. You don't even care whether you're placing the right lot size. You don't even care whether you're doing the right thing. What drives you is the issue of getting the end result from this market, and you rush to do that. It almost takes away all the necessary things that you have to do, and you 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 become, part of that feeling for a very consistent amount of time. Think about it. You become addicted to this feeling for a long time. You are stuck in a way that it's like you're stuck in one position. Like it is almost like it's a spell, trading for it almost like it's a spell that is there to destroy your life. Why? Because it is definitely going to destroy you mentally if you're not careful. It is going to destroy you financially, and by the time this time every time after you trade, people think when I say it will destroy you spiritually, they think of movies that you're probably going to die after forex, have dealt with it. No, no, no. Measure it with small things. Every time after you trade, how do you feel? Every time after you lose a trade, how do you feel? Every time you make a mistake, how do you feel? Every time, it's like this is the highest form of manipulation, comrade. What we're dealing with here in forex is the highest form of manipulation you can ever encounter, because from the system, from the moment you start engaging in this, realize that, well, most people don't realize. You realize after you donated for some years. The beginning, it is rigged to benefit the few. The way this game is structured is in a way that if they realize that majority of people are doing this, they do the opposite, so that the majority are forever on a loss. So if you are coming into this space, all these people, you can understand the level of brainwashing, the level of spiritual takeover. Okay, take it from this. You as an individual, can you imagine the amount of spiritual takeover you need to have over someone to make them do the things people do when they trade Forex consistently for years? Can you understand what I'm saying? Can you imagine? You need to experience to a point where good for you, you constantly keep on doing it. Sometimes I understand that people might say, okay, it's because of maybe the influencers pushing this thing of Forex, but no. It is only between you and your MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5. Because at the end of the day, you are making the decisions. You are making the decisions. It's like you got initiated into this thing that is a drug. You don't know how it works. And then you hope that it will work out, but you don't treat it the way it's supposed to be treated. You make reckless decisions, you don't even know why. Whenever you do something wrong in the market, you lose money, and then you become okay with get used to some sort of I always make this funny joke, like this game is like an abusive partner that always abuses you, and you keep going back to them. That's what Forex is to most people, because it's bad for you. It will take money away from you, but you keep going back. And every time you go back, there's nothing that you're going to do different. You're going back with the same mentality. You're going back not taking it serious. So it's sort of like it becomes a spell that is in your head that you are meant to donate, and it's okay. As long as you call yourself a Forex trader, yes, that's okay. That's what the system does, because trust me, and the way they made this system, they made it so effortless, like on your fingertips. If this was an institution that you always have to go to on a daily basis, physically so, going to feel was not going to work. But for the effortless, they put that burden onto you. It's like you make the decision. That system that is online, you can check the amount of manipulations happening there, the amount of sabotages involved with repping a retail forex trader. They're too big. So that's why we need to include God. When we include God, we're starting to position ourselves in a way that we ask for guidance. Hold on, give me a second, comrades. Guys, please stop calling me while I'm on a live. Let me just record this quickly. Hello, my friend. I will get back to you. I'm still on a prayer session. I'll call you back just now. All right. So that's trading, and we include God while we're involved in this thing. Because if we don't include God, what is directing us? We're going into this thing directionless. If we don't pray about it, what must happen? Are we supposed to just go and see whatever happens? I don't think that's what we should do. We must come knowing what we want. And what do we want? We want as much money as we can. And what are we going to do? We are going to plan, because that's what God tells us to do. When we read Bible verses, that's what they tell us. We're going to plan, we're going to execute our plans properly, and we're going to make as much money as we can. And we're going to do whatever whatever the majority of people are doing in this industry, so that we can be able to obviously stand out. Normally, I code verses and I merge whatever that is happening in Forex with the Bible verses. So the first verse I'm going to tell you guys about. Okay, I'm gonna read this verse. It's Philippines 3, verse 13 to 14. Forgetting what is behind and straining towards what is ahead, I press on towards the goal to win the prize for which God has cancelled me heavenward in Jesus Christ. Okay, this one, doesn't speak to anything, but I'll just, I'm looking for this specific one. Okay, yes. Romans 12, verse 2. Do not be by the renewal of your mind, that by testing you may, it is the will of God. What is good and acceptable and perfect. So I want you guys to approach this trading thing based on the concept. Okay, I see people keep on saying network. Are you guys able to hear me and see me? Boy, I see you complain about network. Weird, I see you complain about network. Please, if you guys can hear me, say yes in the comments. Because there's no need for me, it's not connecting. Network is bad. Okay, it's supposed to be now. I don't understand what could be causing this. Hear me? Some people can't. So I think only majority of people can hear me. So it should be able to be fine. So I'm gonna quote another verse with regards to the passion that you have, and then correlate it to what is obviously happening in the market. Okay, 2 Timothy 2, verse 5. An athlete, it is not crowned unless he completes according to the rules. This speaks to obviously the competition that is here in this industry. You can understand the amount of competition there is, and like out of all these people, we make so much money more than everyone else. Because if you're joining me and if you are a fan of me, or if you want to do anything that I do, this is what our motive is to make as much money as we can. Because there is money out there, just to find the ways to obviously get it. So confidence plays a key. If you've never made anything, if you've never made any money for the market, can you understand that how difficult it is for you to convince yourself that you can make $1 million in just what? A day? I'm not taking 5 years, I'm not taking 50 years. How can you convince yourself that you're gonna make $1 million a day? What gives you the right, or what gives you the mentality to confidently think of that? So you can understand the type of mentality you obviously need to adopt. You must believe in yourself to do here, because trust me, Forex industry has money. The competition is very vast, But if we're able to find an opportunity to go and have heavy, if we are able to see it, and when we implement it, we see the light and we see there's something that can be done. Why are we doubting ourselves? Why are we doubting God? Because God is not going to give us a call and tell us, okay, I have this thing for you that I need you to do. No, no, no. When you listen, God created you, that's enough. So you must just listen to yourself and push yourself further. That's what I want you guys to have in terms of mentality in this game. That's the only mentality that will make you do, wonderful things in this game. Trust me. If you don't think you can do it, you've already failed. You definitely have already failed. Because if you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in God. Simple as that. If you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in God. Why? Because you feel like you're not good enough. First of all, your spirit is already stolen. Or you are not realizing what your spirit is, if you think that way. And when you come into this industry with that type of mentality, it becomes even worse. It gets worse. You understand? So if you say, I'm planning to make $1 million, do you see it happening? Or you're just hallucinating? What do they call it? But if you see it happening, that means God showed you that this thing can be happening. You already got the answers from God that you must go ahead. The fact that, let me put it this way, the fact that you thought about it, that's how I communicated the idea to you. That I'm planning to make $1 million in a day. How? I don't know. But why did you think about it in the beginning? Why did you think about it? You don't think things out of nowhere. I don't believe in that. I don't believe things just happen for no reason. I believe things happen for a reason. If you are planning to make something big in the Forex game and you think you want to make $1 million, so whatever that we have in our minds, and when the market is active, it is very much important to ask God for guidance. God gave us guidance with the little things that He can obviously hint to us. If you've thought about what you can make, you must constantly ask God for guidance every time before you trade. You must just pray, because when you pray, the more the thing comes closer to you. Why am I saying that? The more you praise, the more the opportunity comes closer to you. It's because what? You are putting it in your system. You are internalizing it. You are the opportunity. You get it. Everything would. By the time you get it, everything will just fall into place like very much quickly. That's the mentality that you obviously need to have in Forex. Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, most of you here are here because of how I do my stuff. I'm just telling you how I would do it. And obviously, when you are here, you want to do it the way I want to do it, the way I do it, the way I always want to go as crazy, as aggressive as I can. I'm telling you, this is the way. When it comes to trading, you need to. No one must tell you anything. Not even your friends, not even anyone must tell you what to do. If you don't see it, if you are not engaged yourself, it becomes a problem. Stop this thing of giving people money so that you can have someone to blame. This thing, if it is not internalized, it becomes a problem. You must internalize it. And it doesn't mean when we say by putting God into this thing, you must start praying about this thing. That's what internalizing is. Every time you trade, you must ask God for guidance, because the moment you start asking God for guidance, you are opening You are opening yourself to receiving what God throws at you while you are in a moment when you are actually trading. You are opening those doors that God, I'm here, give me guidance. God, I'm here, give me guidance. And then that way it is the most sustainable way. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 24. Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? Run it in such a way that you may obtain it. That's what the Bible verse says. Well, against people, everyone is running for the same thing. So how are you going to do it? The only way to do it is like it's a jungle here. It's a jungle. Forex is a very big jungle. So once you are in a situation where you include God into it, it becomes something that is very much sustainable. It becomes very much sustainable. And you are able to obviously navigate your way around. And once you navigate your way around, things fall into place very much quickly. Why through God. It's through God. Because if we don't believe in anything, if we just act like how everyone acts, I mean, what are we going to do here? Because this thing is destroying people's lives. This thing it is destroying families. People are spending monies they can't afford to spend, funding accounts. People are losing funds. People are losing crazy amounts of money. People are losing millions. People are losing hundreds of thousands. Lives are being destroyed, and why are we taking this life? That means we must include God and treat this thing the way, I mean, how it's supposed to be treated. Take it serious. And once we start making money, we must go as aggressive as we can. Because that's what 1 Corinthians 9 verse 14 says. Okay, 9 verse 24 says, do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you obtain it. So it's a competition, whether we like it or not. It's a competition. And if you are not planning to win, you can't trade the way we trade. If you're not planning to make crazy amounts, because there's trillions exchanging hands on daily basis. And when I at some point I even told some of you might know this plan, that what if we deposit, doesn't matter, a specific amount of money in all the brokers on earth, which we can do. And with one good trade, can you imagine what happened? Just one good trade. If we find a way to link all the accounts so that they can be executed at the same time, what will happen? We normally on daily basis dive into about 50,000, sometimes 100,000, sometimes 10,000. If we go say 500,000 deposited, like $100 in each and every account on earth, and we find one good opportunity, what do you think will happen? This is the type of delusion you need to have, so that when you hold a trade, you know why you're holding a trade. Majority of you don't know why you're holding a trade. So how are you going to close the trade? When will you know when you're supposed to be closing a trade? because you don't know where you're going. You just want money, but you are not specific on how much money. That's where the problem is. It's being unorganized. And God is telling us organize. If we read all the Bible verses that I've even for on my previous prayer sessions, so you will understand what I'm talking about. So the amount of delusion you need to have, it's beyond, and then you must stick to that, and you must go as heavy as you can. Because why? Every time it's like you accept that the market must take money away from you, but when it's actually your time to make that money, you become nice, you become lenient, you become okay, you become nice. You don't want to fight back, and God wants you to fight back. What is fighting back? Nothing is physically in Forex, everything is technological. Yeah. Fighting back, it means when it's your time to eat, you must make sure you eat. When it's your time to eat, you must actually take note and eat. That's what we're dealing with here. When it's your time to eat, you must eat.